For the garden, for tomatoes, we usually plant them in the last part of April, after the heavy frosts have passed. And if there is a frost night, then we have to cover them. And we use pumice in the garden. And usually we buy them at a nursery that are they're probably a foot tall. And they have some blossoms on them, but most of the blossoms are closed. And I always take a couple of plants that have small tomatoes on them, because I'm always in competition with my neighbor to see who has the first ripe tomatoes. So if you buy them with a couple of ripe, small green tomatoes, we usually have ripe tomatoes by the 4th of July on a couple of plants. And then I raise them on a stake, and I prune the bottom shoots off up to about 6 inches off the ground, and then I train about 3 laterals up the stake on a kind of a tie them with the plastic tape, and they grow to 6 foot tall, and each vine will grow 40, 50 pounds of tomatoes or more.
What sort of tomatoes do you grow?
Well, Brandywine is our favorite for a table use. Early Girl is a very productive tomato and very good, and it preserves itself very well. Brandywine is a little softer, has more difficult time preserving itself. And we like to have them vine ripe when we pick them, because the flavors are better. You could pick them for shipping on the green side for better shipping, but they never taste the same. It's kind of like grapes. If you let them ripen to full maturity on the vine, the longer they stay on the vine, the better the grapes and better the wine is. And an apple's the same way, a pear is the same way, and so is a tomato. The longer it stays on the vine to ripen, it has to be mature, but the better it tastes.